Welcome to this edition of Spriester Session. I want to thank Representative John Kuempel for joining us, and I also want to thank Pecantown Books and Brews here near downtown, near the main street here in Seguin for hosting us. And I thank you for making time for us. I know you're a busy man this time.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here. Thank you, Steve.
Talk about your approach to the runoff and your thoughts as you head towards a runoff.
Well, the approach is to work your tail off. That's identifiable. It's work every day. And identifying your supporters and making sure they understand the importance of getting out and voting. You know, it's a challenging time just with the election time. And, you know, early voting's only a week, 20th through the 24th. Before Memorial Day weekend, and Election Day is the Tuesday after Memorial Day. So it's letting people understand that they need to get out, preferably early, but if not, if they're going to be around on Election Day, go vote then. But just please go vote.
Do you feel fortunate to even be sitting here right now talking about a runoff?
I do. As we were visiting just before, you know, they're changing times in state politics right now, and some colleagues of mine that took similar stances when it came to the school vouchers got defeated on the March 5th primary, and there's four of us left that are in runoffs right now.
Take me back to election night and your emotions as you're watching what was unfolding, and the fact that, I mean, Mr. Schoolcraft got to 49.5% or something like that.
It was in there. You know, when you see early voting, early voting always kind of mirrors Election Day, even with percentages and turnout. So, you know, and the numbers can facilitate a little bit, and he was bumping up and down. I think the dust finally settled. It was 48-45 in favor of my opponent. But at the same time, watching what was happening around the state, I thought we fared well, certainly with everything that we were fighting against. So to be able to continue to work through March, April, May, identify with the voters, spread our message of what's going on and what I believe in and what I believe will help our communities in Guadalupe and Gonzales counties, it gives me the extra time to do that. I would really look forward to it and have been doing that right now.
Do you feel like you have a target on your back?
Absolutely. Have a target for my back for what I believe is standing up for what's right for my communities, for our children, our communities, and certainly our conservative values. And that's fine. You know, I know this job. I've been around it my entire life, whether growing up while my father served or serving the last 14 years. I understand the spotlight that these seats and political ideology and whatever it may be, I understand what comes with it. That's fine.
Did you ever think, though, you would become the target of a Republican governor who you've largely supported in everything that he's asked for, a Republican lieutenant governor, and a Republican attorney general?
You know, the one thing I have learned, Steve, is always expect the unexpected. The only thing certain is uncertainty.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is this time, and that's fine.
What sets you apart from Alan Schoolcraft?
From Alan Schoolcraft, certainly the number one issue, while I think he got recruited to run, and why the governor and some of the others have come against me, is the school vouchers. And I think that's the defining difference between both of us. I'm supporting a system that, you know, we can see from other states and that just doesn't work. Just from a basic economic standpoint, the cost of it would be debilitating for my communities, my schools, our local economies, and I'm just not going to stand for it and watch it go.
Yeah, you wouldn't change a thing voting-wise, knowing what you know now
No,
and how you become a target. Would you have changed any vote that you had?
You know, sitting here today, what I've gone through, if that vote were in front of me right now, I'd take the same exact vote.
When did school vouchers become a litmus test for whether you're actually a conservative or not? And is it a litmus test? I mean, how would have you believe that?
Yeah, it seems, you know, it's some kind of cleanse, a litmus test, as you put it. You know, the 7 full sessions that I've served, I've been here 8, but the 7 full I've served, it's been routinely defeated by 125, 130 votes as an amendment in the budget. And until this time, this past session, it was the number one issue. Why they chose, or different folks chose to make it the number one issue was beyond me, and I'm not going to speculate. But as I've done in the past, I voted against it. And as I'll continue in the going forward to, I wouldn't say vote against it, but certainly, because believe me, I want parents to have choice where they send their children, as they do today. But we've got to put the children first to make sure that all the children have the same advantages, the same benefits, the same opportunities, and they're all fair.
Yeah.
Whether you're in Fort Stockton, Texas, Nixon, Texas, Seguin, Texas, we've got to be fair and equitable for every child in every community.
How do you get your message out during a runoff that apparently didn't get out during the general election?
You just kind of, you would hope that it would have gotten out, but you're finding out now. But the runoff's been great in a sense. It's given us more time to reach more people. So we're going door to door, attending events throughout the community, just talking to people, just being aware everywhere all the time, and just talking to folks and answering questions. You're not going to agree with everybody, and everybody's not going to agree with you, and that's fine. That's part of it. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
But just making sure you get my beliefs and my understanding and my stances across, and letting people understand that from me,
right,
and not from what they may read on the internet and what they may read through social media. I just hear it from me.
Yeah, absolutely. You and I can disagree, but we can still sit at this kitchen table and
That's
have a nice conversation.
That's what Edmund always said. The beauty of the my dad, the beauty of the Texas legislature is, you can disagree without being disagreeable.
Yeah. Talk about what do you think people were surprised on election night? Do you think some of your supporters?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that always comes, and I don't know, that may be kind of a curse of incumbency, is that, he's going to be fine. He's always been fine. And that, it's just a part of it. We had 3 primary opponents, a bunch against us, including money and endorsements and things like that. And frankly, to be sitting here talking to you today as we, in the middle of a primary runoff, I feel fortunate, just giving us more time to get the message out, and hopefully people will understand what we're fighting for.
Do you feel good going into the runoff?
Absolutely, I feel good. A lot of support. There's a lot of eagerness to help. But it goes back to your previous question was, Kuempel's going to be fine. He's going to be all right. I had a bunch of people come to me in the days following and go, what can we do to help?
Yeah.
Which kind of, would lead you to believe that maybe they thought that they weren't doing enough to begin with. But it's been great. There's a big energy around right now with a bunch of supporters. And I'm not just talking to my hometown in Seguin. I'm talking about the communities I've represented for almost 15 years, starting from Schertz and Cibolo, coming through New Berlin, Santa Clara, Marion, New Berlin, Seguin, Navarro, Gonzales, Wilder, Nixon, Smiley. You just go on down at Montalia. I've got folks that are eager to help everywhere.
Last question for you.
Yes, sir.
Somebody stepping into that voting booth in the Republican runoff, looking at the names Kuempel and Schoolcraft, why should they choose John Kuempel?
The integrity, the history, the undeniable conservative record. Undeniable. You can go back and everything that's being said against me in this election and this runoff, saying I don't support the border, I don't support teacher pay raises, which is beyond me. My wife was a teacher, my mother's a retired teacher. We delivered, and my voting record shows that. It shows that time and time again. I've supported all the efforts the governor has put on the border, 100%. I've supported all the property tax reductions 100% and glad to deliver one of the largest property tax cuts in American history. And I'll continue to fight for our communities, our children, and our conservative values.
I said last question, I lied. I got one more for you. Are you at peace no matter what happens in May?
I am, Steve. That's the beauty of our democracy. We're letting the people choose. We've had fair and ample time to get our messages out. You know, come May 29th, the day after, you wake up knowing that you left it all on the field. You wake up knowing that you did everything, and it's the beauty of our democracy. It's the people's choice, and if one way or the other, I'm at peace with it.
John Kuempel, I appreciate your time.
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Take care.